Today I'd like to tie for you a green hornet. This fly was designed by my good friend Chris Walklet, and it's a nymph, bead-headed nymph, and we're going to start out. We have a 2 extra long size 12 hook. We have a 3mm bead on it, and I'm going to start by adding lead wire to it, and this is 15 thousandths lead wire. 2, and we're going to put 20 turns of the lead wire on there. And I have this long piece of lead off the back. If you pull it and turn it at the same time, it will come clean. You won't have to worry about using your fingernail to fold down that last piece. And I'm going to take the lead wire and I'm going to push it forward. And now I'm going to use 6/0 black 70 denier thread. And I'm going to start by wrapping right in back of the lead wire, pushing it forward. And I hit the lead with my thread. And I'm going to wrap over the lead and come on back. And get rid of the excess. And the first material we're putting on is Goose By It, and we're going to use them in tan for the tail. And when you're taking Goose By It, here's the Goose By It, and this is like a half of a bite. These are actually from the leading edge of a wing feather. So when we take them, I'm going to fold them, and I need 2. So I'm going to take the ends 2, then I'm just going to grab them like that, pull them right off, and they're right off the stem. You're not going to have a long piece of Goose By It stem left when you rip them like that. You'll get a little tag on the end there. You see that tag, but that's okay. We're going to use that to help cover the lead wraps. And I'm going to measure it up, and I want this to be about the length of the hook shank. Place it on my side and take a couple quick wraps up front. And you can see that covers the lead wraps. And I'm going to take the second. Again, I'm holding the Goose By It with the curve. You can see the natural curve in it. So this is going to be the far side. Turn it. And that way it will help split them with that natural curve in it. Sometimes you have to start a little bit on top because the thread likes to pull it to the other side. And I'm going to wrap them in. I got to cut a little bit of that one off. And bring the thread back to the tails. And now I'm going to put the rib in. And the rib is just a fine silver wire. This is stainless steel wire. I actually bought this wire to make dubbing brushes, but I use it more for ribbing than I do making dubbing brushes. And I'm just going to tie that in. And you want it on the side, you don't want it on the top. Far side, close side, either way. And we'll wrap that right in. One of the big problems I have when I'm tying flies is I'm allergic to half the stuff that I use tying flies. So I sneeze a lot. That's why you might hear me sniffle on the videos. And now the next step is peacock herl. And I got 2 peacock herl, and I'm going to tie them in, and I'm going to extend the peacock herl right up to the bead. Let me get a better grip on there. And I'm going to wrap them right into the bead. And I'm going to bring the thread back, well, approximately just short of a halfway. And now what I do with all my peacock herl, before I wrap it, I put a drop of super glue on the stem, or on the shank. And then I will begin wrapping. Oop, they're getting short. Okay, bring it up to the thread. I'm going to tie them off. And now I'll just remove the excess. And at this point I'm going to take the fine silver wire, and you could probably find this silver wire at any craft store in the jewelry making section. And I'm going to counter wrap them. And I'm going to get 3.5, maybe 4 wraps. 4th wrap is going to take me into the barren side. And make sure you hold it tight while you get it secured. And tie that off. And I'm going to fold it back and tie it off again. And there we go. Now I'm going to take it and helicopter it until it removes itself. Yep, let me get my Hackle Pliers on there. That gives me a better grip on it. And twist it until it comes off. And now for the thorax, I'm going to use some darker olive crystal dub. And we're going to dub that on. Don't need a whole lot. I have about an inch. Not a skinny noodle, but a medium-sized noodle. And I have about an inch, inch and a half's worth. And we're going to wrap that in. And we want the space in front of the beads still. And for the collar, I have a dark dun hen feather. This is a soft hackle. And I want soft hackle on this. It's a wet fly. You want it to move around there a bit. And I prepared the hackle with the crew cut. And when I tie it on, I'm going to tie it on with the concave side toward the shank of the hook. And I'm going to catch it, tie it down, and bring the thread up to the bead. You know, it's a small feather, so I need my Hackle Pliers. And you can see the little bit, just like I do with the dry fly feather, I have a little bit of hackle there. And the reason for this is when I fold them to the one side, I'll be able to get all of the hackles folded to the back side. If I had it right up to it, it would be hard to get the last couple of pieces folded. Then I'm going to wrap the hackle in. And this is small feather. I'm only going to get 2, maybe 3 wraps on it, and that will be fine. I got a couple unruly ones there sticking forward. And there we go. And let me bring it all the way down. And I'm going to tie that off. Put a couple of wraps in front. And I'm going to take my poke and snip and remove that hackle. Give it a couple of more wraps there. And now I'm going to whip finish. And I'm going to get my head some and take it, and you pull the bobbin, and you'll see which side is moving, and that's the side that you want to put your head cement drops on. It's usually on the left side for me. And you only need a couple of drops. You can see there's a couple of drops there. Oh, it's on the right side for me this time. I'm just going to twist. Oh. There we go. Lost it for a second there. And that pulls the head cement right inside. And we'll remove the thread. And now I'm going to take my dubbing needle and I'm going to pick out the crystal dub there just a little bit. Just want it a little scraggly with that crystal dub. Just pick that out. Pull out a couple pieces of the crystal flash that's in there. And here we have the green Hornet. Once again, this was designed by my good friend Chris Walklet. Great fisherman, and obviously a pretty good fly designer. I hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, I thank you very much for watching my videos.